Good morning, students. Today we discussed about the Constitution of India. India has a well prepared constitution to rule ourselves smoothly without any disturbance. We are going to learn a brief introduction to the Indian Constitution and its silent features like the fundamental rights and the fundamental duties. Students, can you say there was any constitution for India during the British rule? We can absolutely say no, there was no constitution for India. They ruled India according to the acts made by the British government and British Parliament. Among them, Government of Act 1935 was an important act. It was provided for the establishment of all India Federation consisting of provinces and princely states. The act divided powers between the center and states in the terms of three lists. This act introduced diarchy at the center and autonomy of the state, and it also introduced the autonomy of the states. Activities related to the constitution during the British rule. We discussed about this. So, in 1928, a committee was constituted by INC to draft the constitution for India in 1928. So, the Motilal Nehru was the father of Jawaharlal Nehru. So, he was the chairman of this committee. So, this committee submitted its report in the 1929. So, it is called Nehru Report. In 1931, the Indian National Congress at Karachi session passed a resolution on how independent India constitution should look like. Both Nehru Report and Karachi resolution were committed to the universal adult franchise and right to freedom and equality. Universal adult franchise. According to the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946, election to the Constituent Assembly was held in July 1946. So, the total members of the Indian Constituent Assembly reached 389 members. Among these, 26 members were from scheduled caste and 9 members were for women. With the partition of the country in 1947 August, the Constituent Assembly was also bifurcated into Indian Constituent Assembly and Pakistan Constituent Assembly. The Indian Constituent Assembly had 299 members. It elected Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad as its president. Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad as its president, and Pakistan Constituent Assembly elected Muhammad Ali Jinnah as its president. So, he was the Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad. He was the president of the Indian Constituent Assembly. Later, he was elected as the first president of independent India on 24 January 1950. In the last session of the Constituent Assembly, he is the only president to have been re-elected for a second term. Do you know what is the Constitution? You can say the basic law with a set of rules of a country which show the nature of the country, form of the government, rights and duties of the citizens is called the Constitution. Do you know this? Yeah, Cabinet Mission. The Cabinet Mission came to India in 1946, recommended forming a Constituent Assembly. The mission had Lord Fithick Clarence, Sir Stafford Cripps, and A.V. Alexander as its members. Next one, drafting committee. So, it was set up on 29th August 1947, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and chairman of the drafting committee, and with the help of 7 members. And after modification, the constitution with 395 articles, 22 parts and 8 schedules. It was finally adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949 and it came into force on 26th January 1950. Look at this picture. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and some more members to make constitution and drafting committee also. And look at this. Makers of the constitution. T.T. Krishnamachari and Durgabai Deshmukh, Somnath Lahiri, Sarojini Naidu, Rajendra Pradesh Prasad, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, K.M. Munshi, J.V. Patel, Abdul Kalam Azad, Jaipal Singh and M.C. Mukherjee, Baldev Singh. And it was the drafting committee. Next one, Father of Indian Constitution. Look at this picture. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He was the father of Indian Constitution. Dr. Bhim Rao Ramji Ambedkar, he was popularly known as Baba Saheb Ambedkar. He was a jurist, social activist and politician. And Baba Ramji born on 14th April 1891. And he was regarded as the father of Indian Constitution. He was responsible for the preparation of the draft constitution of independent India. He was appointed the first law minister of India in 1847. For most of his life, Ambedkar worked